Professional investors don't like buying assets when they're overpriced.
If you're looking to try and buy a house,
Yeah.
350,000, where do you start?
Henry Pryor is a professional property finder who's in Sheffield to help Alan and Rahda find a good investment. So what does he think about buying now?
Would you acknowledge that house prices are now overinflated?
Well, it entirely depends where they are. Look at that backdrop. Here's Sheffield. House prices in Sheffield are still trading at a 15 to 20% discount to where they were at the peak of the market. Because people can't be certain about what house prices are doing at the moment and what the future direction of house prices is going to be, that uncertainty gives the professional property investor an opportunity to negotiate, and to negotiate hard.
Henry wants Alan and Rahda to approach their buying decision with their heads, not their hearts.
OK, I think you're going to like this. It's good space, isn't it? All done very recently. Dining room here and then through to the garden. It's all properly done, isn't it? East-facing morning sun.
Yeah.
So, there you've got it. Perhaps more than you were expecting, I think. I think it's got lots of potential if you're just looking solely at the money side of it. If you're looking as an investor, it's got lots of space, lots of flexibility, and most importantly, the people that live here, they are committed sellers. As an investor, that's what you want to be seizing upon, and that's what you want to take advantage of. So,
Not. Somewhere we've got to be happy. I mean, we haven't spoken about it, but for me, it's not mine. It's not the house I'd want.
So, no luck for Henry. But Linda thinks she's found a home they will fall for, and it's in their area.
Ready? Yes.
Lovely big crew lounge dining room.
It's a nice sized garden and it's flat, which is exactly what we need. It's a nice road to live on, and it's very close to the school. We could walk to school from here. I feel quite positive about it. It's in the right area.
Yeah, I think it's a potential good buy.
But will Henry agree with that? There's a trick professional investors use that anyone could copy to work out if a house is a good value investment or not.
well, one of the first things we do is try and work out whether the numbers actually stack up. And one way of doing that is to look at the rent that you might notionally expect to get on this house compared to the price you're going to be paying. Here in this house, we reckon we could get £10,000 a year, and we look at that as a proportion of the money that's being spent on the house in the first place. In this case, £250,000. And work out what that rent is as a proportion of the money you're spending, which in this case is 4% gross.
OK, now that's like a rate of interest, isn't it?
Absolutely, it's what we call the yield, and that enables you to be able to compare this asset class with others, such as a bank account, stocks and shares and the like.
4%? That's not much more than I could get by putting my money on deposit without taking any risk to my capital.
Absolutely, and you wouldn't have the associated concerns that these guys will have in terms of buying bricks and mortar.
So, Alan, Rahda, what do you think? I mean, comparing that with a deposit, you're not getting a great yielding asset. It's not a particularly good investment.
Well, we've got to live somewhere, and if we don't buy, then we have to rent. And I still think long-term, mid-term, as an investment, property is good, and I think it is an investment which we can enjoy because we're living here.
I think the priority is to get the house that we want in the area that we need to be in, and from a heart point of view, that's my priority.
Your heart rules your head?
Yes.